morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Free Daily Coaching. Sorry about the little technical glitch there. We were trying to get a Facebook Live going this morning with it again, and my phone ran out of it, just like clicked off, so something weird happened there, and then I hit stop broadcast instead of start broadcast because we had already had the music going in the background. So good morning and welcome to another morning here at Free Daily Coaching. Super pumped to be here this morning again with you guys. For those of you that were here yesterday, you saw Rob was down. We were here working in the office. My desk is actually like a double desk so that Jessica sits, has a space right across from me. So when Rob comes down, he's got a place right there to sit across the desk from me, and we can literally sit here and work together at the same time, and we can each be working on a portion of a project and be able to be able to show each other exactly what we're doing and bounce ideas off each other. So I'm super excited about what we're doing and what's going to be happening over the next few months, and over the next few weeks as well, and what we're going to be able to bring to you here at Free Daily Coaching, and what we're going to bring to you overall with our webinar series. So we have this webinar series going on, the $1 Million Marketing 101, right? That's happening. That's happening this evening at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern. It's going to go maybe hour and a half. Our first webinar, $1 Million Marketing, right? $1 Million Marketing 101. Like, what is that about, right? Really, because when you hear that and you hear these grandiose numbers, and there's people that have never made $1 online, or they've made $10 or $100, or maybe maybe they're just starting to generate a lead, and they're wondering, isn't this a little grandiose? Isn't this a little over the top? What do you mean $1 million marketing? Well, I want you as an entrepreneur, as a business person, I want you to think about this, and then I want you to take a step back for a second and look at the entire picture and look at what's really transpiring and how could be so powerful to start making these connections in your business and with people. And the reason is because of the interview that we did yesterday, and Rob was able to share with you yesterday a little bit more about his insight. And I want you to think about the idea of not just going out and partnering with someone or working together with someone, because that wasn't really the idea. It wasn't like, so everyone now go out and try to partner with someone, right? It's taken a good amount of time to build those relationships to get to that point. However, what I want you to really consider is this. When you're working with certain individuals, certain people just aren't going to do things unless it's like their time is valuable, right? And ultimately, time is of the most value. So when we say something like, hey, we're going to do $1 Million Marketing 101, we're not just calling it $1 Million Marketing 101 because we want to have a flashy, fun name to do some big numbers. When we're going to, if we're going to do a project, and in this case, Rob and I are going to do a project, right? If we're going to do a project together, then it's got to be worth the time and the effort, right? And in Rob's case, Rob is a successful marketer, as am I. Rob's just been doing it for a lot longer. So his base and his stability is even more shored up, right? So it's really not required for him to partner up. It's really not required for him to go out and build a bunch of new things. And actually, if you read an email that he wrote just recently, over the last year and a half, he really hasn't done that much. He's kind of been laying low. So for him to come out and do something, it's got to be something that's going to get him excited, but also it's got to be financially rewarding, right? So when we put this webinar series together, the whole idea was, when we sat down, was like, hey, how could we put something together where we could do a real live series like I do in the morning at Free Daily Coaching, but we could do it where there's both of us and we're showing other skill sets and more, we can show over time, we can show multiple different skill sets and how they can be applied to really go out and make money and really do things online that will get results, right? Taking actions that get results. Because I hear all kinds of stats all over the place. And the bottom line is, did you make any money doing it? Did you sell anything, right? Because who cares if you got 27,000 leads if not one of those leads bought a single thing? It was pretty pointless, right? I would rather just get one buyer than 27,000 leads that didn't buy or didn't open an email, right? So when we say this, we're going to do this $1 million webinar, this $1 million marketing webinar series. That's really literally what we're going to do. In addition to giving you guys mindset and getting the banter back and forth and seeing, two different marketing minds work together and how the juxtaposition of what our experience and our, everything that's different about us, and then the similarities, how that works together. Just like in the past, I've worked with other marketers, right? I work a lot with Diane Hockman, and our energy and the synergy that we create together creates a certain effect. So Rob and I are doing that same thing. Well, and imagine this, for all of you that have been here at Free Daily Coaching, maybe you're watching on YouTube this morning and you haven't been a regular attendee here and been watching. For those of you that have, the powerful part about what we're going to do in this next webinar series is that it's similar to what I do here at Free Daily Coaching. It's similar to what we do at Friends, where we just walk you, open up the back office and just show you, hey, this is exactly what we're doing. These are the exact steps that we took to get to do exactly what we're doing. This is how you could take these same exact steps and apply them to whatever business you're doing. Whatever you're doing online, these are the steps. Now go apply to your business, to your niche, to your audience. So I'm super pumped for the, for the past, I don't know, maybe 6 months, 8 months, I've been doing my business and, working my business and working with, different clients and putting together, just like you do in ads, right? You put together, let's say 10 ads and you run the ads and only one hits, right? So over the past, 6 or 8 months, I put together a bunch of different ideas. I've implemented some of them. Some I've implemented better than others, and some have worked and some haven't. And I finally, one of the ideas I had, I didn't know how to implement. And I wrote an email about this yesterday, is I simply asked a question. And by asking a question, someone shared information with me, right? And so just by Rob sharing information with me, just by Rob sharing information with me, I learned some things that I could do to take the next step, to take the next action, to get results on a project and something that another one of those projects that I was working on. This one, however, when I had mentioned it to Rob and asked him the question, in addition to telling me an answer, a solution, some information on where I could go to continue to build my idea out, in addition to that, he offered suggestions and said, hey, listen, I could help you with this, and this is how, and we integrated it into what we're already doing. So imagine being able to take your ideas and put those ideas into practice. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're really able to do, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm excited. I'm pumped up about it. I'm excited to show you guys what I put together. I'm excited to show you guys what Rob's put together, and combine what we've put together for you, I think is going to, over the next few weeks, is going to literally, for some of you, light bulbs are going to go off. It's going to change what you've been doing up to this point, right? It's going to get you more focused, and it's going to get you to say, hey, you know what? What's the real objective here? What am I actually doing? Am I taking the actions that are required to get to the end result? And that's really the ultimate question, right? Are you actually taking the actions that are required to get to your end goal, right? If I want to have another goal, or if I choose a goal, let's say I have a goal to complete a triathlon again. I looked and I was defeated the other day when I saw that it's been 5 years since I competed in a triathlon. In 5 years, I could have gone from where I was to running an Ironman, like a full length, full distance Ironman. I could be competing in Hawaii at the biggest one of the year. And I'm not. And I'm let down in that because that's a goal of mine. So if that's really a goal of mine, then I have to take the required action. So the required actions means I got to get back in shape, right? That's it. That is one of the required actions. A list, and I can go and create a list of required actions to be able to get to that triathlon, to be able to get to that place. I can actually go and create that, right? That exists for everything, for everyone. No one is exempt. No one doesn't have that ability. We all wake up every day, and we have from the time we wake up till the next day. At that same point, we have the same 24 hours, right? We all have the same time allotment every single day. It all comes down to what are we willing to do? What are the goals that we're going to put in front of ourselves to attain? And are we going to go and actually try and achieve those goals? Is that what we're actually going to do? Right? That's a real question for ourselves. So I'm pumped. It's been a while since I've been pumped about like really building something out and doing something. And this is something that I've been able to, I'm excited because the webinar series that Rob and I are doing is something that we're going to be able to share information with you. We're going to be able to give you real-time marketing skills that you can go out and apply. And then on the back end of that, these last few weeks working, and really it's been months, but these last few weeks have really been intense working and being able to put together some projects that I've been thinking about for years is absolutely exhilarating. Imagine seeing something from your imagination come to fruition. That's what's happening. And the cool part is I'm now going to be able to like share it with you. Some of these projects that I've been working on and that I've had and the ideas I have, they're just, to be quite honest, they're just too complex to share. A lot of you have been on a webinar that we did just recently where I literally walk you through setting up your own virtual server, right? Setting up an automated system to be able to get that going. Well, I fine-tuned that process, and I've blown out that training so people can watch it and really use that as a reference point too, to be able to go back to and be able to fix things when they break, to really be able to use this automation. However, the first time I tried to show that, it was absolutely too complicated. And that is one of the easier things, right? So there's these complicated things, right? It's not even that they're complicated. It's just that they're technical, and that if you don't already know it, it seems like, wow, it's really, really incredible. When in reality, it's a lot of the execution of what needs to take place is pretty simple. It's just not being familiar. So what we've been able to do is work with a couple other people, and we've actually been able to we've actually been able to have some additional help. So we've been able to go out and actually have a coding guy help us with some coding on some of these projects to help with some of the tools and the automation, so that we could literally have our own tool for you to use, right? So that we could actually have the tool. I could have the tool so that I know it does exactly what I want it to do. It makes things easy, right? Because that's ultimately where people get stuck, is where they get hung up in the technicalities and the complexities of gizmos and doodads. And it doesn't have to be that way. It could be, the marketing could be made simpler, and you could be using tools that help you. So what I did was I reached out to Rob. Got some information. I took that information, I ran with it, right? And we've been working on we've been able to be working on the project and literally putting people in place so that we can have a team of people to be able to really serve, right? So that it's me and Rob working, but we have some people helping us, right? That to really kick it up a notch. We have people helping us build some tools. We have each other working in a synergistic approach, right? So pretty excited about that. And very shortly, not today, but very shortly, we'll be introducing you to someone that's going to help out on the team. And we've actually, I actually have put someone in place to literally serve as our business manager, right? To help us keep some of our stuff organized, and then as an affiliate manager, right? As we build out free daily coaching, as we build out some new membership sites and training sites for our community, we need someone to help manage and operate that, right, on a regular basis. And so we've put someone in place to be able to start to do that as well. So I'm excited that we'll be able to introduce that person to you very shortly as well. So we've got things going on that are super exciting, and we're doing this literally so we could share it all with you. We literally, Rob and I have had, you know, multiple different breakfasts where we've had talks about, you know, if we could just show people, like, if it wasn't just the hype after hype after hype, if we could actually plug people into the real training, do real actions that get real results in real time. Right? Now, does that mean there's not other skill sets you can't learn and employ? Absolutely not. Of course, you can learn all kinds of different marketing skill sets. We wanted to give you some that were just solid. These are proven, and this is what makes it powerful. I teamed up with someone that literally, not in someone's imagination, or, you know, like it was this abstract concept. I teamed up with someone that's literally $1 million earner in this industry. Okay, so check this out. I started out just like many of you as a beginner, as a new person in marketing. I knew nothing. From then until now, from that point of starting until now, I've become a six-figure online earner. Okay, I don't know about you, but that's pretty impressive to me, right? Because when I first started, I was like, man, how do people do that? How could they earn a living online? Well, when you make it to a certain spot in your job, right, in life, in your training, in anything, it's time to grow, right? And this is another time where I stepped up and said, hey, listen, I have a relationship, a real relationship with a seven-figure earner, someone that makes seven figures on a regular basis. How can I move from where I'm at up a level financially? How can I start to increase that? That is what I want to be able to share with you. How could you increase from where you're at to the next level? And these same principles, this is what's incredible about this. What we're going to show you, these same principles work from going from 0 to 100, from 100 to 1,000, from 1,000 to 5, from 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 50. All of these same concepts and principles, they all still apply. It's just a matter of taking the actual action. That's it. It's literally, that is it. It's just taking the actual action. So, the next webinar that we're doing is this evening, right? We're doing it tonight. It's at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So you can go and grab a seat if you haven't already. I'll throw the link up over here for you guys to go check out. You're more than welcome to go check out the splash page that we put up for you to go check out. And then we give you a little button there. It tells you about the webinar, gives you a button there to click on. And then you can go and get registered for this evening. Again, stay tuned. We got even more announcements. We got a webinar tonight. We're going to have another webinar this week for you too. So stay plugged in. Make sure you're opening all of our emails. And we'll see you the next time.